Hello all. Today Sanjay Kumar with us. He's a creator of the Crewpath and he's doing very nice work for the community. So Sanjay, can you tell us how this tool can help to the automation test engineer and how we can download and how we can start to write XPath or CSS selector using by this tool. So Sanjay, can you start to tell us about this tool?
Sure, Sachin. Crowpath is like is a developer community tool which can saves a lot of time while writing automation script and doing the web development. The need was like, of course, it was the simple need that we were not having any solution or anything where we can in the like you see in the DOM today, we use, even if you're not using Crowpath, you will be doing Command F, and then that's how you will be verifying your selectors or building your own selectors XPath. I will show you like how much difficulty, what all pain points are there. And then you see like there was nothing which, let's say I'm a beginner, where I can, how can I learn the writing the better selectors or XPath, what could be the correct XPath and other format. And there were a lot of challenges like for a beginner, even for the advanced or for like person those who really know already know how to write the selectors, and they don't want to waste the time again and again making the similar kind of patterns of XPath and wasting hours of time every day and doing those redundant work, repetitive tasks. So that's where I thought like we should automate this process, and from there all started. And then I thought, okay, let's do this one. So yeah, it all started there. And there is a small story behind like how it got how this idea clicked in my mind and why I started this. Is that like once I was in an interview, and the interview asked me like, Sanjay, tell me about yourself. So I told him like, I'm a Sanjay Kumar, I do this, I'm an automation engineer. So at this point he stopped me and asked me like, can you write a small piece of code, can you automate this page? So when I was writing that script for that page, I started writing like manually. We used to write the selectors and all everything. Then he stopped me. Okay, Sanjay, I'm done. Uh, then he explained me like, Sanjay, look, you call yourself automation engineer, but you're doing your work manually. You are automating others' work, but your work like writing locators, writing a script, this seems like you're doing manually everything. You're inspecting element, then you are command F, then you are finding locators, writing locators, so those all things. So that's where it just strike me like, yes, he is right. Like I'm saying I'm an automation engineer, but my work I'm doing it manually, so why can't we automate it? So that's how
Correct.
it all started.
So
And yeah,
definitely it will save time.
yeah, and I started in like long back in 2016, November December 2016, and then first build came out in April 2017. Yeah, so and from there it's here today.
Good. I can say this tool is it is downloading. Lots of people, all people are having in the system. So
Yes,
it's
yes,
quite popular in the market.
yeah, it's quite
And all
helping a lot everyone.
yeah. So automation engineer who are all the automation engineer, those are really saving their time.
Yes, definitely. So let me show you a quick demo of Crowpath and how they can save and how they can learn a lot, like beginners and all, and how it can help
Correct.
them. So let me share my screen.
Correct. So you can say like how they can install and
Yeah, sure.
they can
Yeah.
start the work.
Just- So you see, like first let me show you how they can like accelerate your XPath writing process, how one can accelerate and how they can learn writing good selectors. If anyone doesn't know how to write a good selectors or how to build their own XPath, so how they can learn it. So let's say if you have to write an XPath for this element, enter your email field. Okay. So today, how will you write it for XPath for this element? You will do Command F. Let me just start timer here, just to show you how much time it will take, and then how much time we can save. Just start the timer here. And let's say here you will see input. If I'm not doing the same thing as you guys doing, just let me stop. You can stop me. So // input you will type, and you see as soon as we are typing here, this DOM is scrolling up and down. And then let's say we can use here name @name is equal to email. So this is 1 of 5, right? So this is not unique. So maybe you will try with some other attribute or something. Let's say you will try with placeholder here. Oh. Okay, this is not okay. At placeholder. This is still 1 of 5. Then you will go to the parent one.
Still 1 of
right?
5. Then you will go to the parent one.
This
right?
one. Then this is how you will do.
Then this is how you will do.
Class. Still 1 of 5. Then you will still go up one level up.
Of 5. Then you will still go up one level up.
At form. Sorry, at class is equal to not form. And these are small things while typing you will do a lot, and still 1 of 5 you see. Then one level up.
And still 1 of 5 you see. Then one level up.
Okay, so this is 1 of 1 we got it. Let me copy this. Stop the timer here. Stop the timer. So you see here what value we have, what XPath we have written here.
1 minute 40 seconds.
Sorry? Yeah, just to
1
write.
minute 40 seconds it took.
Yes, 1 minute 40 seconds. So let's say 1 minute 30 seconds. We have taken 1.5 minutes because sometimes you're doing either here and there. This XPath we have written. Now let's see what CrowPath gives and how fast we can do it in CrowPath. If you have already installed CrowPath, so what you have to do, once you inspected this element, you just open CrowPath here and see the magic. You got the XPath for the same element. Let me just copy, let's just copy this XPath. Okay, 1 minute. Let me start one more timer here and start this timer. Let's close this. We have already inspected. You have just you have to open CrowPath, and you see you can copy XPath. You can stop the timer here. Let me paste the value here, what we have written and what CrowPath has given. You see, this is the value we got from CrowPath, and this is the XPath which we have written. See the difference, how good XPath you got from CrowPath. What CrowPath does, CrowPath has connected this child element to this parent, which is the unique, and it has removed all these in between values, in between child, which were not unique. And you see how much time it is saving for you. Like 1 minute 40 seconds, and here just 4-5 seconds, because you have to just open CrowPath and inspect that element. That's all you have to do. And if you are writing in one XPath, you see here, if you are writing one XPath, how much effort we are wasting. Same thing. Let's say you have to write an XPath for this element, products. So how you will do, /A. And as soon as you type A here, you see the DOM is scrolling up and down. Again, you will have to inspect the element. Again, you inspected the element here. And then here, let's say text is equal to, and as soon as you type here something, this DOM again is scrolled up. Again, you will have to inspect this element, and you will have to type this products here. So you see, just to write one selector, we have inspected this element 3 times, and lot of interruption were there in the DOM. But you see how fast you can write your own, you can build your own XPath here in CrowPath. You type here /A, and you see this is not scrolling up and down. So there is no interruption in between while writing your own XPath. And you see text is equal to products. And hit enter. You got both the two matching nodes. Number, it is highlighting the element as well. Everything is there. And have you ever, like, second time you have to inspect it here? No, just in single way you can just write your own selector here quickly. And you see, if you are, let's say you are a beginner and you don't know how what is the correct pattern of XPath, how to write a good XPath. So let's say you remove double quotes from here and here. You see in ChroPath it is highlighting and telling you that this is not the correct format. But here in the DOM, you see it's showing 0 of 0. So if you are a beginner, you don't know how to write an XPath, you will feel that this is the correct format. You don't know, you didn't learn that this is a wrong format itself. You don't know whether this text is equal to products you have written. You don't know that from here. You will never learn. If you are a beginner, you will never learn that this is a wrong format. You will have to pass this value inside double quotes. Or so those all things are there. Like if you type at, and if you type at here, so in ChroPath it will highlight that this is a wrong format, or what could be the wrong format. But here in like DevTools, nothing will highlight. So all those things you will learn from here. And there are like other things as well, like if something is comment is there, ChroPath will tell you that this is a comment, selectors can't be generated for that. If any style tag is there, ChroPath will tell you that this is a style tag and all. So those all information are there that in ChroPath, if somebody is new, a beginner, they will learn a lot from here. Moving on, apart from this, you see like let's say you have this DOM, and from just looking at the DOM, would one able to tell that which selector you should use? Let's say you should use ID or class or name. Would you be able to tell that? Until unless you will not verify whether they are unique or not, right? Because name could be multiple times. This name is equal to ChroPath could be there in the page. Same class could have been used multiple times. So we cannot use the class or name until unless we will not verify those attributes are unique or not. How ChroPath has solved it? Like as soon as you inspect that element, ChroPath will immediately tell you all the possible selectors for that element and what are the occurrences of those locators. So for example, here you see, as soon as we will inspect the element here, what's that? Oh my God, this is interrupting. So you see here, looking at the DOM, we were thinking like we can use the class, we can use the name, right, these attributes. But here you see in ChroPath immediately it's telling you that this name is 5 times, 5 occurrences, so don't use them. It's alerting, giving you the alert color, orange color. Green is the green signal, 1. This is good, you can use this XPath. Then class name, this class is 8 times. Just in single click you are able to see what all possible selectors for one element and what are their occurrences, and immediately you can find out like which selectors is good for you. Let's say if you are a beginner and you don't know what all selectors are possible for this element, you can learn that what all selectors are possible for this element. Like name is possible, class name is possible, CSS selector is there, tag name is there. So all possible selectors it will give you. But like with just by looking at the DOM, one would never able to tell like what all possible selectors are there, or like a developer, I mean as a beginner would never able to understand like what all selectors is possible. Either they would be like knowing XPath is a selector's name, but from here they can learn like what all possible selectors and what all occurrences are there and which one they should use, which one they should not use it. So it helps a lot in that way. How to install is very easy. You come to here like autonomic.io and it helps like multiple browsers. So whichever browser you want, this is the home page of ChroPath. So here all the links are available for Chrome, for Firefox, Edge browser, Opera browser. So whichever browser you want, you just click on this. It's a very simple one, and there is no need like it's very easy. You actually I have already added it here, so let me just remove and install it again. So from here you click on add to Chrome, add extension. Once you add it in your browser, just restart your browser once and you would be able to like use it. So once you add it in your browser, just restart the browser once, or the existing tab you can refresh them, it will work fine. It's very simple. There are like a lot of magical innovations which can save a lot, I mean hell lot of time for you. You even can't imagine what all how much time you can save from here. So anyway, any question or any suggestion so far, if you have, feel free to ask.
No, it's a very good tool. So in a short period to find out all the locator and what's the duplicacy of the class
Yeah,
name. So this is a very good tool.
thank
Really.
you, thank you.
So
So
definitely
let's
we will
see.
save time.
Yeah, complete. You can complete the locator space like within a minute. So let's say, like in my previous company, I used to write the locators like something like this in XML file, and there like this was my pattern of writing XPath like this way. One second. So you see here, this is the pattern of XPath. So what I had, like if I have to write this page, locators page, one by one, how much time it will take? Like almost like 1 day it will take for me. And you see here, let's say you ask me, Sanjay, write the locators page for this, write locator file for all these headers. How much time it will take to write one by one? It will take almost like whole day for me. But with the help of Crowpath, we can do it very quickly. So after installing Crowpath, one more thing, like you will open DevTools, you will see nowhere is the Crowpath, right? So don't worry, it is here. Like double here sidebar, it will be the last tab. You can click here, or you can expand to see the better view. And anytime you can refer here, or the tutorial video, everything is there. Slack channel is there, so you can join if you have any issue, face any issue. So don't worry. Now, how can you generate this locator page like without wasting any time? So there's a record feature here, record multiple selectors. Click on this. Then there's a append command, set driver command. Turn on this. What you have to do here. So let's say, okay, so let's what you have to do, whatever is your command here, you have to just replace the XPath with XPath value. So wherever the XPath you have written in this command, you see, so here is my XPath I have written. So what I will do, I will replace this with XPath value, and this is just one time setup. You will not have to do again and again. And wherever you have given the keyword or label value, label name for your XPath, replace that with label value. Copy this command and see the magic. You paste it here. Now you just inspect the elements which you want, for which you want to generate the locators page, and you see cut, and everything will be done. You can inspect it, or you can as well, like you can just click on the DOM elements here and it will be generating, and you see all of them has been generated. You copy to all, click to copy all, or you can export this data, and you see you paste it here. How fast it is done for you. Everything is ready. Like products, you see this is the XPath features, this is the XPath research, this is the XPath about this. So that's how like it done without any wasting time, without wasting any time. You see, like if you're writing something like this in your, let's say, very basic test case you are writing here, and you are using this driver.find element command. So what you have to do, you just replace this command with this driver.find element command, and wherever is your XPath written in this command, replace that with XPath value. Hit enter. All your commands are ready and your test case is ready. And next time when you will come here, you see this all command in single go without wasting any time, it is ready. And now whatever you want, like you want to dot click, you dot click, or anything, like you want send keys, so you do send keys, and your test case is ready without wasting any time. So that's how it makes a lot more easier and very fast for you to write the automation script. And it could be in any language. This is not like in Java or Python or Ruby only, or any kind of Selenium framework or Catalan framework only. This command could be anything. Just keep the keyword XPath value wherever XPath has written in your command. And at any point of time, you can reset this to default setting. There is a reset button, so that you can do. There's a delete all button, and here's a video tutorial as well. So if you feel like you forgot how to use this feature, you can anytime click on this. It will take you to the video tutorial. Instructions are here. So that's how it helps a lot and saves a lot more time for you. And as I told you, this command is saved in your local. So next time when you will open Crowpath, you will not have to say set this command again. So like you any command you have set there, you open ChroPath, that command will be by default, that will be there. So this is how. And if you want this command XPath for one element only, so here as well you can turn on the command and you can copy this one by one if you want. So at any point of time when you see the link text, it will be all by default, it will change automatically the command as per the selector here. Moving on, CP will suggest the relative XPath for the user selectors as well. Sorry, Sachin, did you ask something?
Yeah. So Sanjay, so you create multiple locators. So what value you are passing to generate? So you're generating whole page XPath, like.
Yes.
So what?
I didn't get you. It was breaking.
So what are you passing here? You're passing some locator, like what we have to pass to generate all the locator. Yeah.
So if you have to generate only XPath and you don't want the command on them, you just inspect all the elements like this, and it will generate the XPath. And if you want the command on them, like driver.find element by driver.find element by.xpath, those kind of command by default on your XPath as well, you turn on this command. So you see the driver.find element by.xpath, and wherever the XPath is written, you have to replace that with XPath value. That's all.
Oh, got it. And
okay, cool.
Sanjay, there is a bunch. It is capturing ID, dynamic ID. So this value might be changed at the runtime, correct?
Yes.
That is a challenge sometimes.
Yes. So what you do? So there is a solution like there's an ID. You see ID checkbox, class checkbox. So these are the checkbox. So you just uncheck that, it will generate without ID. You see. And ChroPath also tells you that class looks dynamic or ID looks dynamic. So you just uncheck this, and it will generate with something else. So that's there.
Good.
And if you feel like for your application that there are some attribute which you feel like, let's say you QA ID or data ID or test ID is there, which is unique and which is static, that you can pass here. So this is an item prop, let's say, hit enter. You see it will generate with your attribute. So this solves that kind of problem, like when attributes or ID class are dynamic.
Good, Sanjay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so now let's see what I was saying. Let's say you are writing your own XPath, okay? And many times people copy the XPath from here. Let's say if we like right click and then copy and then they copy the XPath. And this XPath comes something like this. You might have seen these kinds of XPath a lot, many times. People have written. So let's say if you don't have knowledge and you have copied this kind of XPath from DevTools. So what you have to do, you have to just copy and paste here and hit enter. ChroPath will give you the better XPath for you, your XPath. You see, ChroPath is suggesting this XPath for your XPath. In place of using this, you use this one. ChroPath is telling you. CP suggested XPath for the first matching node. So it makes easy for you. Let's say someone asks you how many links are there on this page. So what you have to do, /a you did, and suppose if someone asks you that what is the XPath for the first link on this page, so what you have to do, /a enter. You see this is the XPath for the first link on this page, and 72 links are there, and all of them are here. This is the X on this page, and 72 links are there, and so it helps that way. Like if you don't know how to write a good selector and you are building some XPath. So let's say we were trying to write an XPath for this element. Let's say text is equal to products. You are trying to this, and you're saying to matching node, but you have to make this unique, right? Before you making it unique, ChroPath made it unique for you. This is the XPath for this element. So you can use this XPath immediately, and it will save the time for you. So this is how it helps. And saves a lot more time for you. Going on, option to generate dynamic. Yeah, thank you. Options to generate dynamic XPath with user attribute with and without text.
Options to generate.
So I
dynamic
already
XPath
showed you,
with
like
user
if you
attribute
have,
with and without text. So I already.
let's say you said like this is ID, it's generating with ID, and you want to generate with something else. So you just uncheck that. So those all options are there that you can generate with your own attribute or something else. Or if it is generating with text, like here it is generating with text, but you don't want to generate it with text, you can uncheck that. It helps a lot in many those kind of scenarios where the applications are very dynamic, content are changing very frequently, like e-commerce kind of website. ProPath gives the iframe XPath for, along with the XPath for the element. So this also very helpful feature and saves a lot more time. So let's say, so today you see, you might have wasted a lot more time.
You have wasted time.
If you inspect this element, we will never come to know that this element is inside iframe. Even if you right click or you do right click here, and you will form the XPath here, and you will see that you have written a unique XPath you will use in your script. Then you will execute your script again and again, but it will be failing, right? And hardly you will get to know that this element is inside iframe. Sometimes it will strike that it's inside iframe, then you will see, let me look at the DOM, scroll up, and then you will find inside iframe. But with the help of ProPath, you have to just open ProPath here and you will see the magic. ProPath gives the XPath for this element which you have inspected, along with the XPath for the element, along with the XPath of iframe inside which it is lying. So you see, you just inspect this element and you got the XPath of iframe, you got the XPath of the element. And if you turn on this command, you got everything. You just copy this, and you use your switch to command and your driver.find element command, and you're good to go. So that's how it saves a lot more time even for SVG elements. Sorry, iframe. ProPath generates the XPath for SVG elements and SVG child element. You see here, I'm not sure like if you have ever noticed that even Chrome DevTools doesn't generate the unique XPath for SVG elements. So you see here, if you inspect this, these are the SVG elements, and you right click here, copy XPath, this SVG element XPath. Let me paste the value here. You see, this is 0 of 0. Even Chrome DevTools doesn't give you the relative XPath for unique XPath for, but you see in ProPath, it gives you the XPath for SVG elements, SVG child elements. That's how it saves a lot more time and it helps a lot. And these are the unique innovation in ProPath. And from here, like let's say if you don't know how to write the XPath for SVG element, you can learn like how ProPath is making the XPath for SVG element. So if you are a beginner, you can look at here and you would be able to learn like, okay, so this is how we should write the XPath for SVG elements. A smart maintenance feature. This is one of the very good feature of ProPath. Like you would have never heard that you can verify multiple XPath. Have you heard ever like, or you are able to, can you verify thousands of XPaths in single go for any page?
You are able to.
Let's say if you have these many XPaths.
Let's say if you have
these many XPaths. Like some changes happen in your UI, it will be very difficult for you to verify XPath one by one, like how many XPath got changed or what all changed. What you have to do, you need not to worry about here, like you have to copy XPath one by one. Copy complete thing here, come here in ProPath, click on this setting smart maintenance button, click to paste all XPath, paste your complete script here, complete locator page. And then wherever is XPath written in your command, just copy that command, replace XPath with XPath value and click on OK. You see the magic? It verifies all your XPath, fetched all your XPath and telling the occurrences 1, 0, here 1, 1, 1, 0, 4. So this in single go you can verify complete script, and you see here like and if any XPath which is 0, you can click on edit button here itself, you can fix that, make it unique, and you can replace in your script. That's how you can maintain your test cases quickly. And if you have some kind of script like this, you see, you did not to worry about this import statement, class and all. You just copy complete thing. Come here in ChroPath, click on this smart maintenance, paste everything, and here our XPath command is driver.find element. So you type here driver.find element, or better just copy it from here. This was our command, and replace XPath with XPath value and see the magic. Click OK, and you will see all the XPath has been fetched from your script, and it's telling you verifying and telling you the occurrences of, and which are 0 you can like fix them, so that's how it saves a lot more time and help you a lot. Moving on, ChroPath
that's a really nice feature, because sometimes
yeah,
that's a really nice, because sometimes if many locator modify an application, then we can run in a single shot
yes,
and we can fix.
yep.
Good to hear.
Thank you. And then there's a lot of problem. You might have always heard that people talk about like writing the automation, but you are writing automation for what? We are writing automation for English test cases, like manual test cases, which has been written, right? But those who are writing those English manual test cases, everybody nobody wants to write them. And you see, like as a developer, if you ever like as a tester, whenever we start testing, you see, if any issue comes or any bug we found, it becomes very hard to reproduce those issues again. Like remember what all those steps were there which we have followed, and reproducing them again, and then noting down, like writing them to tell the developer that these are the steps I have followed, and this is how I reproduce this issue. That is really pain point. So is there anything which can automatically write the manual test cases for you? So introducing ChroPath Studio here, which will write you the manual test case automatically without you doing any extra effort from your own work. So let's say you are doing your own testing. What you have to do, you have to just turn on ChroPath Studio, and that's all, and see the magic. Let's say we have we are testing a search functionality on LinkedIn. Okay, so what you do here, you have to just click on ChroPath logo here, click on ChroPath Studio, and that's all. Now start your testing. Let's say we are testing search functionality in LinkedIn. So I type ChroPath here, press enter. Then let's say click on people. Then I clicked on next, and let's say I click on any profile here, then click on home. Okay, so these are the options, and let's my test case got completed. Or suppose I got a bug at this point. So how can I now to reproduce this bug? I will have to follow those steps again to tell the developer that these are the steps. But here, no need to do any more extra thing. You see all of them, all the steps which we have performed, we got it here. Like open website, enter search ChroPath, hit enter, click on people, click on next, click on this, and then click on presentation. So everything we got here automatically written. What you do, you just save test case. You can share this test case with your developer. Like this is the test case which you have to follow to reproduce this bug, and or else like just click to copy all, and that you can share with your developer. And if you are an automation engineer or you have to write the automation script, so what you do, what all you got it here, you see in this sheet. If you're an automation engineer, you got the test case you got the command for each steps. You see, for click on people, you got the, along with the XPath, you got the command complete thing here. So what you have to do, you have to just copy this and paste it in your editor, and your test case is ready. So basically your automation test case ready. your manual test case is ready, your data is ready, everything is ready. What you have done, nothing extra. You were doing your testing as you were doing before. You have just clicked on CROPAth Studio. That's all you have done, and everything is ready for you. And all those options are here. Like, you don't want to generate with ID, you can uncheck this. If you don't want to you have different kind of command. Let's say many people used to have add find by that kind of command, so that you can add it here. You can even turn off this command if you just want to generate XPath only. If you have to add any more step like sleep statement, verify statement, that you can add it here, like, and then you can export it here, save test case. If you have added any extra step, you can delete that. And you can, at any point of time, you can stop this recording test case. And so a lot more things are there. You can delete all. You can refer this video tutorial if you face any challenges here. So it saves a lot more time in all the ways. And if you got any bug in your production, so you can refer this document, like whether you have done this testing or not. So it helps that way. And here are some of the achievements of CROPAth. It is being used by more than 500,000 downloads till date, and being used in more than 180 countries. Regularly appears as a desired skill in resumes. Highest rated tool in its category. And engineers calls it lifesaver. You might have ever heard, like, any software have ever been called as a lifesaver. And yeah, these are some of the logos of company which are engineers from these companies already using it. There are a lot more. Almost like every company use it now. And this looks like the map for CROPAth. And with that, thank you, Sachin. And if you have any doubt, any feedback, you can reach out to me here on LinkedIn and Twitter. And yeah, with that, thank you so much, Sachin. Any question? Over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Sanjay. And I'm glad to hear you. People will take the benefit from you, and definitely they will use when they are developing at time. So Sanjay, I have only one more question. Like,
Sure.
this tool, this tool is capable to handle all the complex XPath like siblings, following siblings, those things.
So it doesn't give you in that format, like following siblings like that way, but it is capable of generating the XPath for any element which you will inspect in your DOM. So that you can try. But if you feel like currently that with respect to this element, it will generate XPath for this element, that is not currently there. We are working on it, and soon you will, like, in next upcoming release, you will see that feature. But as I showed you, like, the XPath which I formed, that you might have noticed that the child element XPath was for child element XPath. For child element, it was connecting to that parent which was unique. So it has that intelligence. So it sometimes I feel that this XPath is much robust and better than the followings and all. Sometimes I feel that this XPath is much robust and better than the followings and all.
Good, nice to hear. And Sanjay, right now,
Sorry.
do we have any support for CSS selector?
Yes. So if you see here,
Oh, you do have.
yeah, it used to generate all possible selectors, and if you have to write your own CSS selectors, all possible selectors. And so let me show you here. You see, for any element, let's say this one. So you see CSS selector is there, ID is there, and if you want to write your verify CSS selector here, you can verify. So here you can type either XPath or CSS selector. You see, body. So it will verify. Sorry, something. Let me refresh this page. So you can verify the CSS as well as XPath both here.
You can verify the CSS as well as XPath both here.
You see, this is the CSS, and this is the XPath.
I can see.
Yeah.
Good to hear, Sanjay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Sanjay, thank you so much for giving this session. It helps a lot to everyone.
Thank you, Sachin.
For this community. So Sanjay, hope we will connect again.
Sure. Anytime. Thank you, Sachin. Have a good day.
Thank
Bye.
you, Sanjay.
Thank you. Bye.
It was a gift. It was a very nice session. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you.